Welcome back. Today we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins. We're exploring one of the most iconic denominations in British coinage history, the legendary United Kingdom 1 shilling coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this video will take you through the most valuable top 7 UK 1 shilling coins that are making waves in today's auction market. These coins have captured the attention of collectors across the globe, and their value, especially in excellent or rare conditions, is skyrocketing in the American dollar market. So let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling from the year 1947. If you've ever come across this coin or have one tucked away in an old drawer, this video might just open your eyes to its true value, especially in today's booming auction market. So, let's get into everything you need to know about this fascinating piece, from its rich history to its collector demand and its increasing value in US dollars. The 1947 1 shilling coin begins in the post-World War II era. This coin was minted during a time when Britain was still recovering from the devastation of the war. As part of the British coinage system, the 1 shilling was a key denomination and widely used in everyday commerce. But the 1947 issue marked a turning point. This was one of the first years after the Royal Mint completely eliminated silver from circulating coinage. Prior to 1947, British shillings were made of 50% silver. However, due to the ongoing economic strain and the rising value of silver, the mint switched to using cupronickel, an alloy of copper and nickel, making the 1947 shilling the first of its kind in full base metal. Despite the lack of silver, this coin is still incredibly collectible because of its historical context and distinct features. The obverse side features the iconic portrait of King George VI, who ruled from 1936 to 1952. His image is surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgives 6D, G, BR, OMN, REX, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons. The reverse side of the coin varies depending on the region, with some coins marked as English and others as Scottish shillings. The English version shows a crowned lion standing atop a crown, while the Scottish version features a lion rampant within a crown. This dual design tradition adds an interesting layer for collectors, especially those looking to own both variants. Now let's talk about condition. A 1947 1 shilling in fine condition means the coin shows clear detail but has seen moderate circulation wear. While it may not look shiny or new, the date, inscriptions, and main design elements should still be easily visible. Coins in this grade are considered collectible, especially when found without major damage like deep scratches or corrosion. What makes the 1947 1 shilling more intriguing is that despite its widespread circulation, fewer and fewer of these coins are found in well-preserved condition today. Many have been lost to time, melted down, or damaged, which increases the rarity of clean, fine-condition examples. This rarity directly impacts its value in today's auction and collector markets. Even though the 1947 shilling does not contain silver, its value has increased due to historical interest, demand from collectors of British pre-decimal coins, and the general trend of rising prices for vintage currency. In the UK, a fine-condition example might fetch several pounds, but when sold internationally, especially in the US auction houses or online collector platforms, the coin can be worth significantly more. Some coins in fine to very fine condition have sold for between $157,000, depending on market trends, condition specifics, and buyer interest. Unique examples with striking clarity or attractive toning can even sell for higher amounts. And if you're lucky enough to own a proof or error coin from the 1947 batch, the value can rise dramatically. Collectors looking to invest in such coins should consider a few things. First, always verify authenticity through trusted dealers or grading services. With older coins, counterfeits are rare but not impossible. Second, preservation matters. Store your coin in a cool, dry environment using proper coin holders or capsules to avoid corrosion and wear. Third, keep an eye on coin auctions, numismatic forums, and coin shows. These venues can give you a clear sense of market demand and help you spot a good time to buy or sell. The United Kingdom 1 shilling 1947 may not have silver content, but its historical roots, unique design variants, and growing scarcity make it a truly valuable piece in today's collector world. Whether you're holding onto one from a family inheritance or you're searching for it as part of your collection, this coin tells a story of post-war Britain, economic change, and numismatic evolution. It represents more than just money. It's a piece of living history. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of British coinage to explore the fascinating and potentially high-value United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from the year 1949. If you've come across one of these coins in your collection or inherited it from a family member, you might be holding on to something truly special and valuable in today's collector's market. Let's begin with a historical overview of the United Kingdom's 1 shilling coin. The shilling has a long and rich heritage in British coinage, dating back centuries, but the 1949 1 shilling stands out for a number of reasons. Minted in the post-war period during the reign of King George VI, this coin was produced at a time when the world was recovering from World War II and economies across Europe were rebuilding. The British Mint was actively producing coins with updated designs and compositions to reflect the changing times. The 1949 shilling is an example of this transitional period in British coinage. Now let's take a closer look at the design and unique features of the 1949 1 shilling coin. On the obverse side, we find a portrait of King George VI, who ruled from 1936 to 1952. His image, facing left, is surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgius 6d. G. Br. Omen, Rex Fidei Def, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith. This traditional phrasing adds historical weight and royal prestige to the coin. The reverse side of the coin varies depending on whether it was minted for England or Scotland. The English version features a crowned lion standing proudly atop a crown with the words FID Def IND, IMP, 1 shilling, 1949, while the Scottish version depicts a crowned lion seated on a crown with the same wording. Both versions are beautifully detailed and carry symbolic references to the United Kingdom's rich heritage and strength as a sovereign nation. When it comes to the metal composition, the 1949 1 shilling is made from cupronickel, a blend of copper and nickel, replacing the older silver-based coins that were discontinued after 1946. Despite lacking silver content, these coins hold significant value among collectors due to their age, historical context, and condition. Coins in very fine condition, such as the one we are focusing on today, display moderate wear but still retain most of the design details and sharp features. The lettering remains clear, and there is minimal smoothing on the high points of the coin, making it a desirable piece for numismatists. Let's talk about rarity and the reasons this coin is in demand. While the mintage numbers for the 1949 1 shilling were substantial, many coins have since been lost, heavily circulated, or damaged beyond collectible standards. Coins in very fine or better condition are increasingly difficult to find, especially ones that haven't been cleaned or altered in any way. Collectors are particularly interested in acquiring both the English and Scottish versions from this year to complete their collections, adding to the coin's desirability. The value of the 1949 1 shilling in very fine condition can vary significantly, depending on the demand, type, and overall appearance of the coin. As of now, you can expect values ranging from around $250,000 for a very fine example. But coins that are in even better condition, especially if certified by grading agencies, can command higher premiums. Online auctions, collector conventions, and numismatic dealers are all avenues where this coin can fetch a strong price. In some cases, a perfectly preserved version has been known to exceed estimates due to competitive bidding from enthusiastic collectors trying to complete a George VI shilling set. If you are lucky enough to own a 1949 1 shilling coin, there are a few important tips you should consider. First, avoid cleaning the coin as this can greatly reduce its value. Any attempt to polish or scrub the surface can result in damage that diminishes collector interest. Secondly, store the coin in a dry and safe environment using acid-free holders or protective cases to prevent oxidation and further wear. Third, if you believe your coin is in particularly good condition, it may be worth having it professionally graded and encapsulated by a reputable coin grading service. This adds authentication, credibility, and potential market value when selling. The United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1949 represents more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of post-war resilience, royal heritage, and numismatic artistry. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin collecting journey, this coin is a fantastic example of historical British currency that carries both collectible and monetary value. If you have this coin in very fine condition, you may be holding a small but meaningful treasure that connects you directly to a significant era in British history and offers potential financial value in the world of rare coin auctions. Next up, we are going to talk about a very special coin from British history that has been quietly rising in value and gaining attention among collectors worldwide. That coin is the United Kingdom 1 shilling from the year 1950, especially in extra fine condition, a hidden treasure that is making waves in today's auction markets and fetching impressive dollar values for those lucky enough to own one. Let's start with a little background. The 1 shilling coin was a staple of British currency before the country transitioned to the decimal system in 1971. The 1950 issue of this coin is particularly interesting due to the post-war historical context in which it was minted. Struck during the reign of King George VI, this coin reflects a time of significant economic and political rebuilding for Britain. On the obverse side, we find the dignified portrait of King George VI, facing left, surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgius 6d. G. Br. Omen, Rex Fidei Def, which translates to George VI by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith. The reverse side carries the crowned English lion standing boldly atop a crown, along with the denomination 1 shilling and the date 1950 split on either side of the lion. The detail in this design is remarkable and in extra fine condition. The coin showcases deep lines, strong reliefs, and minimal, we're making it highly attractive to collectors. Now, let's talk about the features that make this coin truly unique. The 1951 shilling was made from copper nickel, as Britain had moved away from silver content during World War II due to metal shortages. Despite the absence of silver, these coins carry significant collectible value due to their rarity in top condition. Over time, most of these coins circulated heavily, suffering damage, scratches, and wear. But when you come across a 1951 shilling in extra fine condition, with clear facial features on the king, well-defined details on the lion and crown, and only light signs of handling, it becomes a standout piece worth considerably more than face value. So why is this coin rare and so desirable today? First, consider the mintage. Although the 1 shilling coin was not low in numbers for the time, surviving examples in top condition are few and far between. Most coins from that era have endured years of circulation, cleaning, or poor storage conditions, which severely reduce their collectible value. An extra fine or uncirculated 1950 shilling, however, retains its sharp edges, original mint luster, and intricate detail, placing it in a category that excites both British and international collectors. Secondly, this coin is part of a period just before major changes in British coinage. Collectors often seek out pieces from this transitional phase to complete their pre-decimal sets, making coins like the 1950 shilling especially attractive. Now let's turn our attention to today's market. In recent online auctions and coin shows, we have seen this coin sell for anywhere between $175,000 depending on condition, grading, and demand. Extra fine specimens often command the higher end of this range, particularly when offered in professional coin slabs or accompanied by provenance. If the coin is in near uncirculated or mint state, prices can soar even higher, especially if buyers from the US or Europe are involved. What's fascinating is how coin values have increased over the past few years as more collectors enter the market, and nostalgia for pre-decimal British currency grows stronger. The 1951 shilling is no longer just pocket change from the past. It's a collectible asset that's steadily gaining in dollar value. Here are a few things to keep in mind when evaluating your 1 shilling coin. Always look for strong strike details, clean surfaces, and minimal wear on high points like the king's hair and the lion's mane. Avoid coins that have been overly cleaned or damaged, as these lose their collector appeal. It is also helpful to get your coin professionally graded if you believe it is in high-end condition, as certified grades add confidence and value in auctions. The United Kingdom 1951 shilling coin in extra fine condition represents far more than its original face value. It's a historical artifact, a post-war memento, and a rare collectible all-in-one. As demand grows and availability of high-grade specimens declines, these coins are finding their way into investment portfolios, private collections, and international auctions, often commanding impressive prices in US dollars. If you own one, consider holding on to it or having it graded. And if you're a collector on the hunt, this is definitely a coin worth adding to your search list. Don't underestimate the power of a small coin. It might just lead to big profits. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1949, even in damaged condition. This coin may look modest at first glance, especially if worn or scratched. In today's auction markets, even a damaged 1949 1 shilling coin can attract surprising attention from collectors worldwide, bringing in unexpected value in dollars. To understand why this coin holds such interest, we need to step back in time to post-World War II Britain. The year 1949 was part of a turbulent economic recovery period, with the British currency system still using pre-decimal coinage. The 1 shilling coin, equivalent to 1/20th of a pound, was a key denomination in everyday commerce. The 1949 version was struck in a copper-nickel alloy instead of the older silver content, a change that had begun in the 1940s. This transition marked the beginning of a new era for UK coinage, making coins from these years a point of focus for historians and collectors alike. What makes the 1949 shilling so unique is its mintage and design. The coin was issued under the reign of King George VI, and it came in two major varieties. The English reverse featuring the crowned lion of England standing atop the crown, and the Scottish reverse showing a crowned Scottish lion within a double tracere. Crowned lion seated atop crown holding sword and scepter dividing date, shields flank, legend above, denomination below. Depending on the variety, the market response can differ, and some collectors seek one over the other. Although millions of these coins were minted, finding them today in any collectible condition is not as easy as it might sound, especially considering how many have been lost, melted, or damaged through circulation. Now you may wonder, what if you only have a damaged one? Can a scratched, worn, or even bent 1949 1 shilling still hold value? Surprisingly, yes. The coin collecting market has evolved to appreciate even flawed coins for their historical significance. A damaged 1949 shilling, while not fetching the same price as a pristine mint state example, can still be desirable, especially if it's rare in design variety or if it shows signs of age that add character rather than detract from it. Some collectors specialize in circulated or battle-worn coins, seeing them as physical tokens of history rather than just pieces of metal. In today's auction markets, especially online platforms like eBay, heritage auction sites, and collector groups, we've seen 1949 1 shillings in average or damaged condition selling from $150,000 to as high as $250,000 depending on the demand and buyer interest. If the coin is particularly hard to find due to a low surviving population, or if it carries a unique patina or toning, it may go even higher. Add in any historical documentation, and the story behind that specific coin can push its auction value significantly. It's also about rarity, character, and appeal. For collectors looking to buy or sell one of these coins, it's essential to understand how to evaluate the coin's condition. Even in damaged form, clarity of the year, the monarch's profile, and the reverse design can still make a difference. A coin that's scratched but still legible and well-centered is often preferred over one that's corroded or missing important details. In some cases, even cleaning or polishing the coin can reduce its value, so always consult with a numismatic expert before making any changes. If you're holding on to a 1949 shilling and wondering what to do with it, your first step should be to research its type English or Scottish reverse and compare it with recent auction sales. Coin forums, Facebook groups, and coin dealers can give you current insights into its potential worth. Also, consider listing it with a clear description and high-resolution photos showing both sides, especially if you're aiming to sell online. Honesty about the damage is key, as many buyers are still willing to pay if they know exactly what they're getting. The 1949 United Kingdom 1 shilling coin may be small in size, but it carries a story of post-war resilience, evolving coinage, and collector passion. Even in damaged condition, this coin continues to circulate not in wallets, but in auctions, history books, and collector portfolios. Whether you inherited it, found it in an old box, or stumbled across it in a flea market, don't overlook its potential. You might just be holding a piece of British history that could surprise you in the auction market. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from the year 1947. While it may seem like just another small silver-colored coin to the casual observer, the 1947 1 shilling holds significant historical, numismatic, and collector value, especially in today's coin auction market. If you've come across this coin in your collection or inherited it from a relative, you might be holding on to something more valuable than you realize. Let's begin by looking at the origin and background of this particular coin. The 1 shilling coin was part of the pre-decimal currency system used in the United Kingdom before decimalization took place in 1971. In 1947, Britain was emerging from the shadows of World War II. The country faced economic hardships, and one of the major monetary changes during this period was the switch from using silver in coins to using copper-nickel alloys. This change was implemented to preserve precious metals as the nation struggled to rebuild its economy. Therefore, although earlier 1 shilling coins were composed of 50% silver, or even more in earlier years, the 1947 1 shilling was minted entirely in copper-nickel, marking the first full year of the complete transition away from silver content. Now moving on to the design of the coin, the 1947 1 shilling is notable for its dual versions, one featuring the English lion and another featuring the Scottish lion. This was done to represent the two major regions of the United Kingdom. The English version displays a crowned lion standing on a crown, with the inscription FID Def IND IMP 1 shilling and the date below. The Scottish version, on the other hand, showcases a different heraldic style, symbolizing Scotland's identity within the Union. Both designs feature the effigy of King George VI on the obverse side, facing left, with the inscription Georgiev's 6D, G, BR, Oymen, REX. These two variants give the 1947 1 shilling coin an added layer of appeal for collectors who seek to own both designs as part of a complete British series. When we talk about condition and rarity, the 1947 1 shilling in circulated condition is quite common in terms of availability, but its real value lies in specific details such as its grade, or level, and historical relevance. A circulated coin that maintains a decent level of detail, with minimal scratches and clear inscriptions, will still attract attention in the collector's market. Although it may not be considered extremely rare in general circulation, coins that have survived the decades with above-average preservation are becoming increasingly harder to find, especially as more collectors hold on to them. The current value of this coin in the auction market, particularly when converted to US dollars. While a heavily worn 1947 shilling might only fetch a couple of dollars, coins in better circulated condition can range anywhere from $250,000 depending on the demand and type, whether it's the English or Scottish version. But the real surprise comes when collectors find uncirculated or near uncirculated examples of a 1947 1 shilling. Those can reach higher figures, often between $255,000 or even more, especially if the coin is graded and encapsulated by a reputable grading service. Some exceptional specimens have been sold in online auctions for as much as $300,000 or more, particularly if they come with strong provenance or are part of a complete coin set. One important factor that determines value is the presence of any mint errors, double strikes, or planchet defects. Although such varieties are rare for the 1947 shilling, they do exist and are highly sought after. A single error coin could turn a common circulated piece into a high-value collectible. It's always worth inspecting the coin closely or having it examined by a professional numismatist if you suspect something unusual. For collectors who are just starting out, this coin provides a fantastic opportunity to get into British coin collecting without needing to spend a fortune. Because of its affordable entry-level value, historical significance, and design variations, the 1947 1 shilling is a perfect addition to any British coin collection. If you're building a set of coins from the reign of King George VI, this is a coin you absolutely must include. And even if you're collecting based on metallurgical history, this coin marks the pivotal moment when Britain officially moved away from silver coinage. The most of your collection, always handle your coins carefully, store them in protective holders, and avoid polishing them, as this can reduce their collector value. When buying or selling coins, especially online, use trusted platforms and check recent auction results to get a sense of current market trends. The 1947 1 shilling coin might not be made of silver, but it carries a weight of history that makes it far more than just face value. Whether you're a casual enthusiast, a seasoned numismatist, or someone who just stumbled across this coin in a drawer, it deserves a second look. Its place in the post-war economic history of Britain, along with its distinctive English and Scottish variants, makes it a truly fascinating collectible that continues to grow in popularity and value across international coin markets. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling from the year 1951. If you've ever come across this coin in your collection, pocket change, or a relative's old coin jar, you might just be holding a small treasure that could fetch big money in today's rare coin auction market. So, stay with me as we uncover the value, history, rarity, and collector demand surrounding the 1951 1 shilling in excellent condition and how it translates into big dollar value today. Let's begin with a quick historical background to understand the true significance of the 1951 1 shilling. This coin was minted during the reign of King George VI, who served as the monarch from 1936 until his death in 1952. The year 1951 was particularly notable for coin collectors because it was part of the Festival of Britain, a national exhibition aimed at celebrating British recovery and culture after World War II. Interestingly, while most people focused on the crown coin issued that year, the humble 1 shilling quietly became a collector's secret due to its limited mintage and historical link to that period. Now let's talk about the coin's design and key features that make it stand out. The obverse of the 1951 1 shilling features the dignified portrait of King George VI facing left, with the Latin inscription surrounding the bust that reads, Georgiev's 6D, G, BR, Oymen, REX. On the reverse, you'll find the English crest, a crowned lion standing atop a crown with the denomination 1 shilling and the year 1951 inscribed. The design is both regal and symbolic, encapsulating national pride and royal heritage. The coin was struck in copper nickel, since silver had been removed from circulating coins by 1947. Yet the finish and detail on well-preserved examples from 1951 remain impressively sharp and clear, especially in excellent or uncirculated condition. One of the major reasons this coin is highly sought after today is its relative rarity. The mintage of the 1951 1 shilling was limited, especially when compared to other years. While millions of shillings were produced during the 1940s and early 1950s, a significantly smaller number of 1,951 coins were issued for general circulation, making them more elusive today. Even more rare are examples in excellent or mint state condition, which were either carefully preserved by collectors or kept in commemorative sets. Coins that have avoided heavy wear and retain their original luster are prized in the collector's market and can command substantial premiums. In terms of market demand, the 1951 1 shilling has seen a steady increase in interest from both UK-based and international collectors, especially those in the United States. Coin auctions on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and British numismatic shows have featured this coin, fetching impressive figures. In excellent, near uncirculated condition, a 1951 1 shilling can sell for between $25 to $75 depending on eye appeal, strike quality, and certification. Coins that have been professionally graded by services like NGC or PCGS can go even higher, sometimes crossing the $100 mark for top-graded examples. That's quite a return for a coin that originally had a face value of just 1/20th of a pound sterling. For coin collectors or investors looking to acquire this piece, it's important to keep a few tips in mind. Always look for coins with clear detail on the lion and crown, no major scratches or discoloration, and minimal signs of circulation. When possible, buy from reputable dealers or sellers who can verify authenticity and provide condition reports. If you already own a 1951 1 shilling, consider having it appraised or graded to determine its market value, especially if it's in particularly good condition. Certified coins tend to perform better at auction and are easier to sell to serious buyers. The 1951 United Kingdom 1 shilling is more than just an old coin. It's a symbol of a historical era, a hidden gem for collectors, and a potential source of surprising value in the modern auction market. Its rarity, linked to the Festival of Britain and the waning years of King George VI's reign, coupled with its appealing design and scarcity in high grades, make it a truly valuable piece for any numismatic collection. If you have one of these in excellent condition, you might just be holding a little piece of British history worth big dollars today. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into rare UK coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more videos on valuable coins and collecting tips. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about coins that might be sitting right in your pocket or tucked away in an old drawer. Until next time, happy collecting and best of luck in your coin treasure hunts.